Here's another mid-morning update. I spent more time on this than I cared to. I found that the TPI chips were getting hot over here, and then I tried to chase the power and the resistance and all that, and I found the wheels were dirty, the contacts were dirty, all that, so I cleaned that up. I got it down to like 0.9, as low as I could get it. That was about the meter reading, so it was pretty zero, okay? And they still got hot, so that was not the issue. So then I went and got another power supply that I have for another engine and put it on here, and it ran. And it was only getting at the max 5.5 volts, and I had like 17 AC coming in. That's not a good sign. So I get this guy, and he's getting 5.5, I think 6.5, 7.5 volts. Still had 17 coming in, so that's not a good sign. And it started to get hot. So then I went back to my power supply, which is capacity of 5 amps and 30 volts, which is way overkill, but you need to get data, okay? So I'm sitting here, I'm running 2.8 on that meter and 2.7 on this meter, so that shows you you're off with your meters that you have. That's just the way it is. But what I'm also finding is going direct, I'm getting 1.2 amps at low speed right now. So there's an amp draw here when I pull the extra magnets off, okay? It was 0.9 or 1.0, so amp draw went up. So taking these magnets off did not help. If anything, it made it a little worse. But as I crank this up, I'm not going to do any screaming games here. I'm just going to show you what's happening. I want you to compare the amp draw as I pull this up. I'll try to stop it at certain numbers, like 5 or something like that. Okay, well, I went over. I got a fine adjustment there. I can do that. Okay, 1.6 at 5 volts. And that feels like a lot compared to my other systems and other engines. It feels like a lot. And now this is the big armature. It's 18 millimeters. The other one's 6.7, so it's like 5 1/4 longer. It's like almost 1/3 longer than the standard armature. So you would expect it to have, okay, maybe it pulls 1 and now it's 1.6. That's almost 1/3 more. So it has 1 more required power to run it. That may be the way it is, okay? And that means it's just going to be a power hog. As we get up to the 7, you see we're almost to 2 now. And typically 2 is like you cut off. You don't want to go more than 2. Anything more than 2, this thing should be flying. Well, it's running pretty good, but that's only 7 volts. It's not going to be very fast, and I don't know how much power it's going to have either. I mean, our typical transformer goes to 17. Okay, but now look. See those? Now I'm up to 10, getting close to 10. 2.5 amps is a lot. And it's only 10 volts. Yeah, it's getting a little warm. It's probably just the friction. Okay. You can hear my linkage is not perfect. Okay, fine. Shoot me. Almost 3 now. 3 at 13. 15, it's 3 for sure, right? Now, all right, bring it down. What we want is 17. Calibrate at 17. That's what most everybody's going to be running. Okay, there's 17 on the nut. 3.1 amp. 3.1 amp. My state-of-the-art transformer up there has a 4 amp limit. And it's warm. But look at that. You know, it's pulling at 1. Now it's a little better. Maybe they're broken in a little bit. Or maybe it's broken a little bit. I don't know what it is, but if you pour the juice, you see that bottom number. Watch the green letters. 4.8. It'll take, if you have it to give, it'll take 4.8. That means if you load this thing up with a bunch of cars and hammer the throttle, it could trick the circuit protector on that state-of-the-art transformer. So I'm just feeling, don't know, I'm feeling this is an inefficient armature. It's just like, it's like a V12 flathead Ford. It's never gonna get power. It's gonna be a hog. It's gonna just drain you and warm up all your components, and it's just not gonna give you what you want. That's my sense out of this, the big motor thing. I mean, it looked so cool, you know. I mean, it had when I had the boosters in and everything, like, oh God, look at that, this is so great. No, I think not. Now, Andy warned me in his own way. He's very calm about all this. He goes, sometimes less is more. And he left it at that. And he wasn't optimistic this was going to fly. And it seems that he was accurate. I'm trying to rack my head, you know, is it worth going to a single with a booster and focus in the center and see? But my feeling is it's the armature causing the problem more than it is the double magnets and all that crap. It's so frustrating. Well, it was a flyer. I just hit me it just hit me as, I wonder if, you know, hey, I can do that. Boom, I did it. I printed it. I stuffed it. I put it in. It ran hot. Okay, fine. Not a good idea. Okay, I just have to take those 4 to 6 hours of my life that I spent on this and say, that was an enjoyable exercise. My brain enjoyed it, but it didn't do the trick. Okay, so now let's get back to serious business. Go finish that northern chassis for Tim. Okay, and quit playing games with this. Okay, I think that's where I'm at. I hope I didn't ruin that board, but I'm seeing now I had a lot of draw no matter what, so hopefully if I put it on a mild engine, it will be okay. That would be good. If I burnt something on it or warmed it up to the point that it's damaged, I would feel bad. Okay, that's it. That's where I'm at. That's what the bottom line is, I think. That's the bottom line. So we'll run some comparisons on other engines, and we'll keep this in mind that this is what we had when we tried it. Okay? All right, later. Get back to work.